is the Cyberpunk Red Episode 3 recap brought to you by Artalsorian Games and Found Familiar Coffee. The word of the episode is connections. We pick up with Jinx in a rooftop standoff with would-be bomber Zolos Shade, revealed to be Jinx's uncle and employed by WorldSat. Like most Night City family moments, this uncle-niece mini-reunion was punctuated by bullets, namely with Jinx pulling an old-school justice shot that sent Zolos' sidearm flying out of his hand and over the side of the rooftop. When the kerfluffle settled, Jinx and Trince gleefully recycle and split the C4 from the disarmed bomb, much to Reno's chagrin. Reno decided to research WorldSat some more, figure out just who the hell she is dealing with. Unfortunately, her agent ended up getting compromised, and unable to do much about that until Trince gets back from work, Reno takes a walk to cool off. During a stroll through her friendly neighborhood, she finds the dead Rob Boss, the center of a murder scene investigated by Night City police. His body has a distinct wound caused by a triad of bullets that, upon analysis, seem to have hit the body at the exact same time. Before the cops could question Reno about her connections to Rob Boss, the apartment building across the street imploded, likely by an extremely generous amount of C4 that decorated the sub-basement. As this goes down, Jimenez finishes a shift at Waffle House and heads to Club Underground to meet with El Jefe. There, things get a little bit meta when Jimenez gets offered a gig that no one else wants, shilling for Found Familiar Coffee. Also, we learn that Jimenez has another feud lined up in Club Underground, this time with indie wrestler Crazy Princess, a self-styled gun-toting dominatrix who just happens to be the daughter of a WorldSat VIP. Crazy coincidence. Anyways, Crazy Princess offers a shit ton of money to El Jefe for the honor of topping Jimenez in none other than a classic steel cage match. But she doesn't want to meet before their date, so it's up to Jimenez to promote the build to the feud that no one really asked for. Feeling generous, El Jefe hires Jimenez to be co-booker for the Club Underground and offers a bigger cut of the gate money. Jimenez warily accepts, putting his burgeoning side career as a Waffle House short order cook on hold. The gang later gathers at Reno's apartment where they meet her cat Dutch and talk about how to deal with the WorldSat situation. Basically, they all decided that they needed more information, so Mr. White takes the initiative and arranges for a meeting with Constantine, a smuggler that's in the know and happens to be a one-time pro wrestling mark who closed up his promotion after a recent run with Crazy Princess. They agree to meet at the Forlorn Hope Club during the Black Hawk Downs concert the following night. Reno decides to bring Royal into the loop on securing the building, but discovers that he's gone missing. Checking his apartment, she finds a mysterious message on Royal's agent about a scheduled appointment at Swan Pond in City Park. Meanwhile, Jinx decides that after a dust-up with Uncle Zolos, she needs a little more firepower and looks for a sniper rifle hookup from a dude named Bull. Bull said that his only line on that kind of equipment is a new player that's working behind the scenes of Night City, a shady character by the name of Mr. White. While we're waiting for the show to begin, prep yourself a cozy cup of decaf coffee on this winter evening by reaching for something familiar. Found Familiar False Life. This decaffeinated dark roast espresso has a smooth and velvety body with medium acidity, just like me. Visit Found Familiar to place your order. Use the code WanderingDM when you check out for a 10% discount. Episode 4 shall begin shortly. This is Zeno signing off and encouraging you to be your most thoughtful selves. Take care.
Welcome to Night City. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wandering DM. I am Simon at Wandering DM. This is our Friday show. This is Cyberpunk Red. Before we go ahead and introduce the cast to you, we are missing one person tonight. Reno will not be joining us for this episode as real life happens. Now, before we get into the thick of things, I just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors here at Wandering DM. I want to thank Mage Hand Press, the makers of D&D 5e supplements such as Dark Matter that we play here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. I also want to thank Art Alsorian Games, the makers of Cyberpunk. Without them, we wouldn't be able to play this game. They are also helping us give away a copy of the Jumpstart Kit, the rule book that we've been using here to play Cyberpunk Red. If you're interested in trying the game out, you can enter the giveaway later during the show. Thirdly, I want to thank Found Familiar, the coffee company. If you like very good tasting coffee, you can check out Found Familiar at foundfamiliar.com. Much like with Dark Matter, with Mage Hand Press, you can use code WanderingDM to get 10% off your purchases. And if you buy for $50 of coffee and more, you get free shipping if you live in the US. I am tonight drinking an enormous quantity of Rogue Panache, a medium roast coffee that they make, and it is incredibly good. Lastly, I want to thank our other sponsors. You can find them down below on the link. They are called Dice Envy. They are makers of really good and really shiny and beautiful dice. I don't know if they're good or not. I don't know how well they roll, but you can always check them out, buy some dice if you want to indulge, and let me know how lucky they are. On that note, let's go around the table and just if you can introduce yourself and your character, and then we'll get back into the game. So let's begin with, we'll go clockwise on the overlay, so we'll begin with Anino tonight. Hi.
How's it going? How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino, and I am playing Jimenez, the rocker boy by way of professional wrestling.
Next up would be Jinx. Well, Rin playing Jinx.
Yep. Hey, I'm Rin. You can find me on Twitter at Heaven's Night. You can find me here at Cyberpunk. Otherwise, now and then I might be showing up in other games. Not much going on for now. Oh, yes, I'm playing Jinx. Trigger happy Jinx.
Next up is Chris.
Good evening, all. As some of you may remember, I'm playing Mr. White, the Fixer by night, the Doctor by day, and according to rumors, an up-and-coming kingpin within Night City.
Fourth, but that's okay. I'm cool. It's all good. Hey, all, I'm your friendly neighborhood trends tonight, your mechanic with music and fun and lights and totally not a narc. I just build their cars.
And of course, I was muted because I keep muting myself. So let's get back into the game after everything that happened last time. We will do a short time skip to the evening right before you head out to the Forlorn Hope for the concert. How do you all get ready for this night on the town? What do you wear? What do you bring? Please, not all at once.
I didn't want to talk over people, so
go first, sir. You are the stylish gentleman.
Okay, so Jimenez is going to this concert for two reasons. One is to find out more information about his upcoming opponent, but also to promote his feud with said opponent. So, as you guys might have called from the previous episode, Jimenez is now a co-booker for Club Underground and is responsible for doing all of the build-up and promotions for his upcoming steel cage match with Crazy Princess, who is probably not going to be doing any of that work. So what he's going to do is he's going to put on one of Crazy Princess's #1 selling promotional shirts, but he modified it, and it has in giant red letters across it, poser. So he's going to be wearing that out tonight, but he's also like arranged a meeting with a couple of other wrestlers at the Club Underground who are supposed to show up wearing Crazy Princess style clothes and attack him or pretend to attack him en route to the Forlorn Hope. And it's all going to be filmed. So he's getting ready to do all of that stuff.
Good. I figure you probably have warned everybody else of this impending attack, or is this going to be a surprise to everyone?
No, he's probably let Mr. White know what's going on, and it's going to happen maybe in line going into the club and not actually inside the club. But it's all going to be staged. It's all choreographed and such. So.
Well, I figured like you didn't actually asked someone to like, hey, can you come and beat me up for the sake of publicity? That'd be weird. How do the rest of you get ready for this concert?
How like well known are this particular band? How do I phrase that? Trin would Trins at least know vaguely of them, given her musicality and?
I mean, you've probably,
Would she at least know what genre of music we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a genre called Cyberpunk. It's punk music with.
Okay, but there's like punk music, and then there's rage punk, and then there's Sex Pistols, and then there's
And then there's cyberpunk.
Fine.
Think shit.
Is there like a lot of synth or something in it?
Yeah, it's like, are we talking David Bowie meets punk, or are we talking like new wave?
They're probably like Billy Idol.
Ooh, okay, good.
Like Billy Idol with like synth.
So she has 2 dresses that she has kept from things that may have exploded, like her father's shop, and her father's shop. And one is this vintage style, like 40s style swing dress. It's kind of like probably was cream at some point, but is like yellow and white now. And she has a black leather biker jacket that she's tricked out, and it's got LEDs along the instead of spikes, she's got LEDs along it that she's synced so that it'll react to the sounds in the synths. So she'll actively be lighting up in rhythm with everything that else is going on. And her Chucks, because that's what she wears. And she will look mostly cleaned up, but it doesn't matter how much she tries, there's still going to be oil grease under her nails.
Yeah, that's just part and parcel of you now.
Yeah.
Jinx, how do you get ready?
I'll probably put a pair of jeans that are like ripped up and have my biker jacket on. My hair probably tied up in a ponytail just to be a little bit different.
And Mr. White.
Well, Mr. White would probably dress up a little bit more since this is supposed to be sort of a business meeting. So, probably the same kind of shirt as you see me wearing now, but with like a tailored leather coat. And then practical pants like jeans or something that wears well, and some boots for both running and kicking ass. Mirror shades, of course, and he would be ready just in case they get double crossed in one way or another. But for all intents and purposes, going unarmed. The only thing that he'd be doing outside of that kind of piece is he'd be going back through his records on his computer. Since he's not connected to the net on that particular machine, he would also be throwing up his jammer so nobody could be trying to steal the signal. And he's looking for the records of the lead singer of Black Hawk's Down to refamiliarize himself with the gentleman who has so graciously thanked him for saving his life.
You would find a picture of the lead singer, so I will unlock it for everyone. Yep. Making sound effects while I'm playing around in Roll20. There you go, a gentleman that goes by the name of Hawk. Has a very particular style of like punkish World War II dress style. They from what you know, they were in an accident years ago when a building fell upon them, and they lost their arm to the accident. They were saved, and yeah, they have a completely cybered left arm now. Right arm, actually. Right arm.
Yeah, right arm. And does it happen to be fashioned with, some level of purple involved?
Actually, yes.
A smile is going to come across his face at that point. And he'll shut everything down, secure his files, and turn off his gym and stick it in his coat pocket and head on out, looking specifically for Jimenez, as the two of them agreed to have a conversation along the way to the Forlorn Hope.
So Jimenez will be just sitting in the lobby, looking through his agent.
Oh, before we go on to any scene, Reno sent you all a message on your agents that she's having one of those migraines again, due to the tech being forcefully removed from her, so she will not be able to accompany you because she's bedridden.
I'll send back a simple message of rest well. We'll take care of things from here. You take care of you. And then hit send.
So you wanted to meet with Jimenez in the lobby.
Indeed.
We'll go ahead and move on to that. Let's say you're the first two that have made their way to the lobby waiting on Jinx and Trins. You can hear the muffled sounds of the Andersons playing some sort of rowdy game. Or actually being rowdy playing a game of something, because there's talk of losers and winners and things being unfair coming from their apartment. But aside from this cacophony, there is no other sounds in the lobby, and nobody else.
Now, so, if I remember correctly, we have a little bit of altercation.
Yeah, it's not going to be anything of a big deal. It's going to be some people yelling at about my T-shirt not being very cool, and they're going to try to jump me, just using fists. But I'm going to just dodge them all, and they're all going to end up stuffed in garbage cans or upside down in the alley, someplace like that. You know, my usual thing. And then we'll be on our way. Shouldn't take too long.
Excellent. So, and how did you want to film this? Is this something that you're going to enroll the talents of like Trins to take care of, or?
I just figured a drone camera would do it, but if someone else wants to film it on a phone to give it that more, or their agent to give it a more authentic look, that would be great. But you know, I'm not exactly in a high production promotion here, so got to make do with what we got.
Fair enough. I mean, it should look as street as possible since it is supposed to be a spontaneous brawl.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens when Jinx and Trins get here.
Need a
Unless you wanted to
motorcycle?
head out ahead of time.
Yeah, do you need a motorcycle? I mean,
I don't know how we're all going to fit in a motorcycle, but
no, but we can make it special by I could ride you in.
No, I think we're just going to do it on foot. I don't think this drone camera's fast enough to keep up with the.
I could fix that. I could definitely fix that.
Of course you can.
I'm sure you could, but I've got no cash right now, so we'll just have to wait.
All right then. You're a friend. Then do it cheaper.
That's very kind of you.
But you know. All right. So, do I get in the way or do I not get in the way? That is a vitally important question.
No, you guys should just hang back. Maybe laugh a little bit after they all, you know, make fools of themselves.
Ooh, can I take selfies with them in the trash can? Like,
yeah, totally do that.
Yeah, we're
So-
doing that.
Do you
Just no guns, no bullets. Okay.
I don't carry a gun.
I didn't bring my
I'm not
gun.
talking about you.
I didn't bring it.
Trins, do you have the light up Jimenez sign yet?
No, but I can program the jacket to say it on the back. See, it's got all the extra LEDs in the back, and she just clicks it, you know, just gestures with her offhand, and it starts playing out applause.
That could work. Especially if you could get that into one of the selfies or photos.
Oh, I could do something with that. Ooh, I could do this. It'll be fun.
Wow, Simon is muted again. This is great. I will never touch this button ever again. Alright. With nothing else to do at the apartment, you leave. Sounds of gunfire. Getting close to the combat zone. War cries of the booster gangs. Screeching tires. And you make a few turns and end up in this sort of hole-in-the-wall type of place. A brick building. I might be able to get you a picture for those in the roll 20. Is it this one? Yeah. I'll put it in our Discord. It is the building on the left. And for those that want to see it on in the Twitch chat, it should be this one. Yes, building on the left. So like a sort of brick building. Looks almost nothing like the hyped up place it is. It has become. They've never repaired or redid. Well, they've repaired the facade a few times, but they never actually. The owners of the Forlorn Hope never actually bothered to revamp the place. It's kept its old, almost 1980s aesthetic to it, and it has a flashing neon sign in front of it. It says Forlorn Hope. It flickers and almost dies as you approach. You see this lineup of people waiting to come in. A fierce looking tattooed up woman is acting as a bouncer. And while she's reclining against the wall next to the door, she's flicking a jackknife in her fingers. Sort of passively intimidating the people and keeping them in line. It is not super cold outside, but it's getting a bit chilly. You make your way to the end of the line. You wait there for about 5 minutes when you hear jeers coming from the other side of the street. Iminus, how many people did you invite?
I'm going to say that he invited about 3 people.
All right. There are 5 people across the street. The 3 that you've invited, you know them from their wrestler names. Super Vixen, Roid Pex, and Insane Macho Assassin. Yes. The 2 others, you don't recognize them. And they don't really look like wrestlers. They don't look as in shape. And one of them stays on the other side of the street and gets an agent out to film as these 3 wrestlers, all dressed up in Insane Princess swag. They have, tank tops with her picture on it. Some of them are wearing like bracelets that she sells. One of them, actually, Super Vixen, is almost cosplaying this, this other wrestler, for lack of a better word. And but the costume is really off. Like, you know that's what she's trying to do, but it's like shoestring budget cosplay. And they approach you. Oh, look who it is. It's that new boy. Going to try to score something against the princess, is that it? What are you wearing? What is this trash? What is this? Are these your friends? And they motion to the other.
Well, you could leave them out of it. This is my favorite Insane Princess shirt. I don't know. It just appeared there. It's like when I put it on, the truth just appeared out of nowhere, and boom, poser.
You think she's a poser? And roid pecs, which, to get a physical description, picture Randy Savage, but without the hair. So just muscled up with a tank top and a very big beard, sunglasses even at night. Actually, those would be cyber sunglasses. And you can even see them zoom in on your chest from like the overlay on the lenses themselves. He's probably recording, like first person recording what's happening. And he's like, so you think she's a poser? Is that it, Noodle Arms?
Noodle Arms. Wow, that's a new one. I've never heard that one before. So Jimenez is just standing there with his hands in his pockets. And he says, "Oh, like I said, the truth just appeared out of nowhere on this shirt. Craziest thing."
You know what's gonna be crazy? How easy it's gonna be for us to put you on the ground.
Oh, really? Are you going to climb the car over there and throw a flying elbow at me or something?
No. And they start cracking their knuckles. The rest of the people in line, like, don't really know how to react. Nobody has gotten a firearm out or an actual weapon, so it might just be, an entertaining fight brawl to watch while they're waiting to get inside. And even Insane Macho Assassin moves to flank you, and you notice that he's going for a clinch of your arm to try to hold you down against the wall.
Trins yells out to the crowd, "I got 20 on the Menace. Who wants in?"
You hear, "Who the fuck's a menace?"
The guy here. He brings the shirt up.
The other three start laughing. They're like, nobody knows you around here, but you're just this newbie trying to get to the. You know what? She is above you. She is way above you, and you should be thankful that your name got thrown around hers, let alone you fighting her.
Whatever, she'll be bottoming out soon enough.
The princess is never a bottom. And Vixen moves close to you to slap your face. You haven't rehearsed any of this fight with them, though, so it's very impromptu. So how do you react? They know they're gonna have to lose.
Yeah. So Jimenez's shtick is that when he fights, most of the time, it's because he kind of points out to how silly professional wrestling fighting is. So if someone goes to try to clinch his arm or something, or try to remove his hands from his pockets, they're just going to stay stuck to his pockets, and then they're just going to be really confused. Or they'll lift out his hands from his pockets, and then he would just put them back in.
So she goes in to slap you, and of course it's not an actual. She's expecting you to turn your head or something. But then there's a slap sound as her hand hits your face. And she stops herself, a hair short of continuing the blow, and raises an eyebrow at you. You haven't fought them yet, so they don't know your style, really. As this confusion sets in, Insane Assassin moves in to grab your arm and tries to lift it from your pocket. But it stays there. Yeah.
So with the slap, I think Jimenez will actually swing around wildly as if he got hit really hard. But as he's doing so, his arm will come up, and then he'll just clothesline someone in mid-spin. Like it's a slapstick move.
You definitely hit Roidpex in the face as you spin around. He wasn't expecting any of this. Was kind of taken aback by how, this fight was going. And the moment you clothesline him, their wrestler reflexes kick in, and that, they sort of get in the mood of things. And I will ask a performance check from you.
Sure.
As the crowd sort of leaves their position in the line to sort of circle around you, and some of them are actually following trends and taking bets. With a 22, yeah. I mean, you are... The fight goes without a hitch. How do you want it to look?
It's going to look really silly. He's just going to be moving around really economically, and the other wrestlers are sort of just beating themselves up in the process. But he's going to make it look like it's pretty easy. He's sort of just, okay, I guess we got to do this now. Let's just get this over with. And so he'll sort of just milk that casual coolness as he's doing it.
All right. As this is happening, some of the rest of you, Mr. White, Jinx, and Trince, you can hear people in the crowd going, wait, are these Insane Princess fans? What the fuck are they doing here? Yeah, who's this guy they're beating up on? Well, I don't know, but he's definitely kicking their ass. You think this is all, arranged? This is all fake? And one of them chimes in, even if it's fake, I mean, look at them. It's clear that they don't know what they're doing. He looks like someone who knows how to fight, probably. He looks way above their pay grade. Look, he's not wasting energy or time or what have you. He's a real... And, this person starts going into, a very big analysis of your fighting style. They're probably a fighting nerd, or at least a wrestling nerd. And they inherit the commentator role. They start talking louder and louder over everyone. And oh, have you seen this? Is this really happening? Oh shit, and they get really into it. Of course, there are people filming with cameras. The fourth person who hung back most of the time, looking at this entire fight, is, you notice from time to time as you glance their way, they look anxious and afraid. And when you've thoroughly trashed the other three wrestlers, they're, by the way, dressed in a hoodie and slacks, nothing too fancy. They tear away their hoodie, revealing the Insane Princess logo. And they cry, "I will not let you sully the princess's name!" And their fist immediately gets covered in this metallic looking pair of brass, gigantic brass knuckles. And they run in. As they run towards you, you can catch the faintest wink as they approach, but they swing a wild haymaker in your direction. How do you stop them?
He's not actually. I think what Jimenez will do is he will take the hit, but do so in an overzealous manner. So he'll fly backwards and tumble backwards over a trash can.
And surprised that you actually took the hit, the guy stops, looks at you, and you can see him mutter, "Are you okay?" He's definitely not in the business. Probably a young, like, actor or something that they've picked up, or like someone they gave money to.
Yeah. You'll see that Jimenez will just get up and he'll just start walking nonchalantly over, and then just stand in front of him with his hands in his pockets again. And just say, "Okay, yeah," and...
I mean, that doesn't work. This is the princess's own branded bone breaker knuckle dusters. You should have been toast, man. What is this? What are you made of? Are you cybered up? Is that it? Are you cheating? You're gonna cheat against her?
No, those knuckles just suck, and she's, and then he's just gonna hold up his shirt. Poser. I
mean,
think this is the whole thing.
I can definitely say that those suck. I mean, those are not good. You want me to fix them? I could definitely fix them for you.
He looks very confused at Trins. And you hear him whisper, like, "Is she in on it?"
Yeah, she is.
I don't need your help. I don't need the help of anyone who fucking goes against the princess. I hope she's gonna kill you, man. I hope she kills you. Yeah. Can I get my $20 now?
Jimenez is just gonna go, eek, after all of that, and then he'll give the guy an uppercut, but in such a way that no. Well, what he'll do is he'll actually do the mandible claw. So he'll the mandible claw is when you slip your fingers into a guy's mouth and then you press down and just one hand.
Oh, okay.
He'll do that, but he'll slip the $20 into the mouth as he's doing it, just to be okay. Well, here you go, and he'll put him down, but he'll make it look like he's really, really clenching down on it, but he's just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a short delay. Clearly not someone used to this. But he immediately buckles down and starts yelping, "Ow, ow, ow, you're fucking breaking my mouth.
You're supposed to pass out, you dumbass."
And it's at that point that the bouncer comes in, checking in on everyone. And she didn't think any of this was fake. She approaches, and from out of her arm comes out the cannon of a shotgun. And she points it to everyone. She's like, "Okay, that is enough. You want to fight, you do it in the combat zone. You do it on the streets, you don't do it on my ground. That's your only warning. Next time you get lead in the face, understood?"
Speaking of ground, Jimenez will reach into one of his pockets and he'll pull out a bag of found familiar coffee, and regular Knoll, and he'll just place it beside the head of the guy that he just knocked out. Found Familiar is the official coffee of Jimenez and Club Underground. Buy a bag of regular Knoll today. And then he'll just cut off the drone camera and wave off the guy across the street that might be filming.
She looks at in the direction of the guy you're waving at, and then sees the drone, and she sighs, stores the shotgun away. She walks up to you, and she is, I don't know how, oh yeah, Iminus is very tall. She's 5'2".
Yeah.
So she
She's
walks up
5'2"?
to you, yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
looks up at you without missing a beat. Says, next time you want to film some of your viral shit, you warn the staff of the Forlorn Hope, understood, Chumba?
Crystal clear, ma'am.
Good. And she goes back to her post. And everyone, like, some people clap. Some people exchange money. Someone goes up to Trince and gives her $60. And the commentator from earlier approaches you, and with his agent out, and he's like, "Hey, I saw that bout. That was really something. Do you mind if I snap a pic?"
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. What was your name again?
Jimenez.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. I heard you mention Club on the Ground. I go there from time to time. I attend some of the matches. I feel like there's a sort of like down to earthness from like the smaller leagues. I don't know. It's like there's people are into it. Like it's not a gig or something. It looks like, I don't know, you enjoy yourselves. Anyway, it's like more real is what I meant. And he snaps a pic as he talks. And he's like, I hope I get to see you there. I haven't been in a couple weeks, but yeah, it'd be nice. You have, I like your style. You used to do full-on fights before? Because the way you move is like, you're a martial artist or something, aren't you?
Yeah, I dabble. But here. And Jimenez will actually take off his shirt. I'm kind of done with this. And he's got another shirt underneath it. But here, you can have this. It's the first of the line. So.
Cool. Can I get it signed?
Yeah.
All right.
He'll just grab a pen from Trins and then just sign Jimenez, and then he'll put Club Underground or something underneath it and hand it to him.
All right. This is gonna be worth big time the moment you become popular. I hope you become popular.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Meanwhile, what was Mr. White and Jinx doing while this fight was happening?
I was watching the crowd, had my hands in my pockets, just making sure nobody got too rowdy. You know, spread some rumors around that, yeah, Jimenez is the best. Kind of stayed in the background, let things roll.
Okay. Can you make a, I want to say it's persuasion. Let me just grab a sheet real quick. The skill is, yeah, persuasion. A persuasion check. Yeah. Jimenez, you can write that your reputation is increased by 1.
Oh, sweet.
You now have a small reputation as sort of a minor local viral celebrity. It's starting.
Yeah.
So you can use that whenever you make a reputation check, or whenever you want to face down someone and intimidate them through reputation alone. If you can somehow work in this like fight that happened tonight, this event, you get that +1 bonus to it. And Mr. White,
Seeing that both Jimenez has everything under control and Trins and Jinx seem to be taking care of all the networking aspects, Mr. White's got, his attention after realizing there's no one kind of working their way in that might actually want to harm him, um, starts looking for Constantine.
You look around, and it takes a few minutes to spot him. We're talking about Konstantin Zhukovsky.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You notice him on the other side of the crowd, keeping to the back. And just looking at what's happening, but also looking around nervously.
I'll slowly kind of wander around the edge of the crowd, make my way to his direction. Not approaching him directly, but sidling up next to him as he's kind of scoping things out. And then I'll reach into my coat pocket and produce one of the 2 tickets I have, and I'll just kind of stick it in front of him and be like, "We can head in whenever you're ready."
Oh shit, it's you. Yeah, I don't like staying outside.
Yeah, me neither.
And yeah, do you make your way before the fight is over?
I'm gonna follow his lead. If he's
He would be moving in and
Yeah.
going inside before the fight is over.
then I'm going to head that direction as well. And if we don't go past either Jinx or Trims on the way in, I'll hang back just enough steps to send a message to the comm links and be like, "Hey, I'll catch you inside. Good show."
All right, you enter the Forlorn Hope. Of course, the moment you get up to the bouncer, she looks you both up and down. Here for the concert?
Of course. Why else would we be here? And I'll reach in my coat pocket and produce my ticket and point to his he has in hand.
All right.
Hawk sent me.
Sure, you know Hawk. Yeah.
Doesn't everybody?
I don't know, in this shithole, probably everyone that wants to get in for free tonight.
Yeah, but I've got tickets. I don't need the name drop. I just need to know where he is.
Then why are you name dropping him if you have tickets?
Because I need to know where he is.
Oh, probably setting everything up on the stage on the first floor.
Thank you. You're doing a good job. I like the way you scan the street. Your body position shows that you've been doing this a while. You've got a sight line on everyone that matters.
Does my body position also tell you that I could blast out your guts in a fraction of a second?
Yeah?
Good.
Does mine tell you that I could fix that before I bled out? I just kind of raise an eyebrow at her as I walk inside.
Make a face down check.
Oh, goodness.
So, yeah, face down is like a reputation contest between you and the other person. Try to cow them down.
Failure.
She looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and she's like, yeah, sure, you're top surgeon. Fucking get in before I lose patience.
You gotta tell jokes, Connie. If you don't tell jokes, people take you seriously, and then somebody really wants to shoot you.
Yeah.
You look nervous. You doing okay?
And he just, like, leans over to you and says, man, it's like they have eyes everywhere. I haven't
Which one's
slept in
this
4
one?
days. I don't know. Let's get in. Let's just...
All right. We're walking through the door right now.
Yeah. And as you enter, the first floor of the Forlorn Hope has a bar. There's an elevator next to the bar, so across the way from you when you come in. To your immediate left, there is a staircase leading up to the second level. Right next to the staircase is a small stage with a sectioned off area behind it. There are tables and chairs. They've been arranged sort of like a cabaret tonight in a way, like round tables with a few chairs, but all lined up so that they face the stage and not necessarily each other. There are two people working behind the bar. The music is fairly loud. Louder than I'm comfortable putting Sirenscape at. But it's fairly loud music. You can barely hear yourself speak. And there are already a handful of patrons inside. Though what you can see as you come in is the second floor seems to be quieter, where all the booths are and everything. It's behind it's like a mezzanine, but it's behind a pane of glass, which you've seen that glass before. It is bulletproof, and in some places is cracked and webbed from impacts. Constantine looks at you and says, where do we sit?
Why don't you find a booth where we can talk up top? I need to see a guy about a thing, and then I'll be right there.
Sure. Hey, do you want a drink?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, I'll grab you something.
Okay.
Well, what are you into?
Let's keep it simple. Bourbon, neat.
What?
Something hard and without any sort of additives. I don't want anything fruity. I don't want any ice, no water, no nothing. Just simple and hard.
Alright, vodka it is.
There you go.
And he goes up to the second floor. You notice on the stage there are amps and instruments already laid out, but Hawk is nowhere to be seen.
Is there anybody that looks like a band member or a roadie up there?
Yeah, you would see someone dressed in black jeans, black t-shirt. You saw them leave for the bathrooms as you came in, but they came down from the stage.
I'll head over to them. Just tap them on the shoulder. And I'll say, Dr. Frost, that's me. I'm here to see Hawk. He asked me to stop by.
This chubby man, probably in his 40s, head buzz cut with like a stubble beard, bags under his eyes, and a network of small cables going from his chin to his ear. Says, presses on his ear. Hey, Hawk, I think you got a fan, some sort of doctor or some shit. Do you need meds tonight?
Frost. Dr. Frost.
He keeps saying his name is Frost or something. Oh! Fuck, alright. Yeah, he's in... You can go. Here's the key to the green room. And he hands you the key and he's like, just leave it on the drum.
Will do. Thank you so much. You've been working hard. And I'll
Slaving,
just
more
walk
like.
on by.
Yeah, and he leaves you. As you enter the green room, we're just gonna pan over to the rest of the group as the fight has died down. The interaction with the bouncer is finished. You do get a message from Mr. White saying that he's gonna head on inside. What do y'all do?
Trins has spent a couple minutes like taking selfies with the guys in the trash cans and like effectively using Instagram filters to put like, you know, stickers on everything about, and then tagging Crazy Princess and how look your boys got beat.
A photobomb.
Yes. And then she'll be like, wait, we'll get them together. And then she like posts it to the web, to the net, and then she'll get a couple and then she'll just walk over like she's expected inside.
The small bouncer puts a hand up to stop you. She goes, that's a $20 charge for tonight.
Cool.
Some shithead hipster is having a show, so...
Yeah, no. Did Rico tell you that I was coming to fix the amp? He blew it out again.
She narrows her eyes.
I'm Trins.
Make a persuasion check, Trins.
This will be hilarious. I am not horrible at this, but I am not good.
It's gonna be DC 14.
Nope, that's enough.
She looks at you and says, I don't give a shit who you are or why you're here. You want to repair the amp that they blew up? You pay me $30.
Why am I gonna pay you $30 to repair the amp? I'm only gonna pay you $20 to get in. The amp is on. You gonna pay me to fix your amp? No, I'm not gonna pay me to fix. No, that's not how that works.
Did I say 30? That might be the DM that fucked up. 20. I meant 20. Slip of the tongue. I tried to get extra. You know I'm not paid a lot. I'd like to be.
No, it's okay.
Sometimes.
But I really like the arm. That's really impressive. Do you know? Can I see it? Professional curiosity.
The fuck, you're a ripper, doc?
God no, I'm a mechanic.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm only showing this to medical professionals or to people I'm about to blow out.
Aww. But I can make it better.
I don't want it better. It works. I paid for it in fucking blood.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's really cool. I was just saying, you know.
It is really cool. But it's mine.
I wasn't gonna take it.
I just don't. You fucking go over to people you don't know and like show pieces of you?
Well,
Yeah,
it's about a
pretty
car.
much.
Just give me the goddamn bucks.
And she'll like hand it over and wave and like flounce in, kind of skipping.
And she looks at you go in and just shakes her head and sees probably Jinx and Iminez coming in, following Trins.
Yeah, I'll probably wait for Jimenez to be like done all that, and then that was pretty cool.
Yeah, worked out better than I thought it would.
Yeah, people are talking, so that's cool.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Princess will respond by her own promo and really set up the next stage. I have a couple of ideas that I want to do as a follow-up. And Jimenez will just pay the cover charge to get in.
Yeah, I'll pay too.
Do you like coffee?
What? Fucking no. Just, why is everyone trying to strike up a conversation? Get your ass inside.
Oh. Okay. He's just gonna go in because he's not gonna test our patience anymore.
Y'all go in, and as you enter, well, actually, Trince came in a few seconds before you, so you would see Trince, Mr. White, make his way from the corridor that leads to the bathroom to the green room, like go up on the stage to open a door, and that's what Imenez and Jinx would see too. Mr. White opening the door and entering the green room. You don't see that other person that he was walking in with anywhere, but yeah. What do you do? Where do you sit?
First, Trends would go to the roadie and ask, "Did you need me to fix the amp? Because Rico said he blew it out."
Oh. Hey, Rico. Yeah, the person for your amp is here. Yeah, it's the black one on stage. And he points to stage, and there are like 3 black amps.
Which one?
The one that smells the most like pot.
Oh, that makes sense. That actually does make a lot of sense. Nice to meet you, Untrained. Sorry.
Can I go pee now?
I don't know. Am I stopping you from peeing? I'm not stopping you from peeing. And she's like just sitting on the stage, taking apart the amp.
He was actually like going to the bathroom when Mr. White struck up a conversation.
Trince doesn't know that.
No, I know.
All she knows is when he was there.
Jinx and Imenez, what do you do?
Jimenez is just going to look for the place to just sort of blend in and wait. He isn't sure if he's supposed to go in to the green room.
All right.
So maybe he'll just hang out on the way
Okay.
there or close
Like
to the
near
entrance
the
and wait to
stage.
hear near the stage and wait for word from Mr. White.
Yeah, same. But I'll stop at the bar and get a drink.
All right. Drinks at the Forlorn Hope are vastly overpriced. You can get a drink of whatever you want for 10 euro bucks.
Whiskey. Straight.
Bartender looks at you and he's like, "Sure, you can handle whiskey?"
Yeah.
Puts a glass down, takes a bottle, and you notice that like he bends down to pick up the bottle, not touching the ones on the higher shelves.
Nah, I don't want that one. I want that one.
That's really strong whiskey.
Right. I bet I can handle it better than you can.
Whatever you say, it's your poison.
Exactly. I poison.
And he pours you a glass and hands it to you. Before he takes his hand off the glass, he looks at you and says, "Hope you got a friend to help hold your hair while you're puking in the bathroom later."
Behave. I told myself I'd behave. And I, like, yank the glass out of his hand. And I down it one shot, slam it in front of him, and walk away.
I would go and describe what the whiskey tastes like, but you don't get to really taste it as you down the whole glass and puts it back on the bar. We're gonna pan over to Mr. White as he enters the green room. There are 3 people. 2 of them cramped on the tiny couch that is there. You recognize Rico. The other person is very much cybered up. They have about just this area of their face that is still skin and meat. Everything else is covered by a like metal, like steel plates and the like, and they are currently weaving what seems like very fine strands of white hair into a wig. And of course, there's Hawk, who's right now standing up, lighting himself a cigarette. Because, fuck smoking. Well, probably more a joint than a cigarette, but whatever. Smoking laws don't exist anymore. The tobacco megacorps saw to that. And you notice his arm, because he's wearing a t-shirt. His bomber jacket is on a coat rack next to him. So he's just wearing this sort of like mesh shirt. And his cyber arm, you can see that there's a pattern, like a wave of purple, like of dark purple, snaking along the arm. And a golden bolt that keeps it, probably helps keep it in place. Or might just be decorative.
Like the purple.
Hey, it's you. And he comes in for a hug, like without asking.
I'll give him a hug and say, I'm glad that things worked out.
Well, I mean, I'm alive. I got a sweet gig going.
Yeah, I see that.
That's
I
thanks
appreciate the tickets.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the least I could do.
Nah, I think nothing of it.
You're gonna stick around the whole night?
I'll be here for a good amount, yeah. I've got some business to take care of. It seemed like a good place to have a meeting, listen to some music,
Oh, yeah.
see an old friend.
Our music is banger. By the way, we're gonna... well, nobody knows that yet. Not even them, and he points to the other two. But tonight we're gonna play... also play a song from our newest album. The last one we recorded. And then the other two, Rico and that other person, just moan and look at Hawk. And, really, Hawk? We rehearsed it like, what, twice? What is this? And he's like, come on, come on. We're doing it for him. For my savior.
That's
Song's
too
called
much,
Purple Ice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like it.
It's about doing good in a very shitty world.
So, that is very touching. I like that a lot. And Rico, I've heard you play. You can pick up a tune just by, picking up an instrument. Don't fuck it up.
What?
I know where you live.
I'm not. Shit, I can't fuck it up. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Fucking too high for this. Can we cancel the show, Hawk? I can't do it. There's pressure now. It's just... Oh, man. And the other person next to him just elbows Rico in the ribs. And when they speak, you actually recognize it's a soft, androgynous voice that is clearly synthetic. And they say, you calm the fuck down, Rico, and you play. And we're gonna rock this house. Like we always do.
It's gonna be good. I'm touched, Hawk. I'm touched. So, how is? I mean, obviously, the Forlorn Hope is not the biggest stop that you've been at.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yeah, we're starting. We played in a few places in the suburbs before.
hmm
Even went to we went on tour to LA.
nice.
That was a shit show. We're not going to LA anytime again. Had to hire these nomads to just protect the tour bus. Well, the tour bus. It was it's my old beaten up car, but I call it the tour bus now because technically we went on tour. So there's that.
There you go.
Yeah, small victories, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good.
that new shiny arm actually plays better than my original one, so I gotta thank you for that.
Hey, that arm wouldn't be nothing if you didn't have the will to survive.
Yeah, and the meds they pumped me full of when I was at the hospital.
Yeah, they do. They do have some good shit at the hospital. That's for sure.
Yeah. By the way, do you carry any? Like you're a doctor and everything. I kinda... It's for the nerves, you know?
No, man. I keep all that on my rig.
Shit, you didn't
For
come in with your
business.
rig, right?
No, if I came in with my rig, Maddie would want to shoot somebody.
Well, alright. I'll survive. I have the will, after all.
Yes.
Oh man, that
yes,
could be
you do.
cool. The Will. That could be a fucking cool song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, we're probably gonna open the night with "Welcome to Night City" or like some of the most popular songs. You've probably heard them if you listen to pirate radio.
Well, see, Rico lives in my building, so I hear a lot of songs because one of our neighbors likes to turn his amp up to 11.
Oh. Well, you didn't tell me you lived with Dr. Frost. Rico looks at you and he's like, "Who the fuck is Dr. Frost?" I thought your name was Richard.
I have never in my life gone by Richard.
Oh man.
You really are high. We've lived next door for a year, and you think that my name is Richard? Good God, I could live in the suburbs if I wanted somebody to forget my name.
Huh. Well. Shit. I really
That's
need
it.
to start talking to the neighbors more.
That's it. I'm going to tell Mrs. B that you haven't been eating right, and she's going to feed you for a week.
Is Mrs. B the cute girl that lives on the 4th floor?
The one across the street, or across the hall from you?
Oh, the old lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, she keeps trying to feed me, but I don't know. Her food doesn't smell like kibble.
No, because it's better than that.
Kibble's the life, man.
Of course it is. He's a special one there.
Oh, Rico? Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I know. Really good guitar player, though.
Absolutely.
Hey, so we need to get ready. If you know
Mhm.
what I mean. You want to get ready with us, or 'cause
I've got
show's not
another
ready.
meeting I got to get to.
Sure.
But I'll just be upstairs, taking in all of the dulcet tones. Looking forward to Purple Ice.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a soothing melody.
All right, well, it's good to see you again. And this time he'll lean in and give him a hug, pat him on the back, and tell him, "You're doing good. Keep it up."
And he whispers as you hug him, "I need to talk to you after the show."
I'll be here.
And for the briefest instant, you see concern on his face as he releases the hug.
I will exit the green room, and when I do, I make sure that my comm link is on a specific frequency, and I will just mention to be careful of those who have lots of cyber. We don't know if they might be like the ones that have been problematic in the past. So keep your eyes open, people.
Who
And then
has
head
comms
upstairs.
in the group? It's in the cyberware. So at least 2 of you got it. Okay. So someone will have to relay everything to Jinx.
Cool.
Trince, I'm not gonna ask you to roll for the amp. You know it. You've repaired it countless times. It's easy enough to just open the back panel, fix it, and it actually tore. So it's a bit of a problem to fix without any of your tools. But you managed to jury-rig the thing. Like, it's gonna last the night. It can't be as worse as how he plays normally anyway. And y'all sit down. Where? I know Mr. White is going on the 2nd floor. But who's going where?
Trins would have asked as she's fixing the amp, is like, did you need us anywhere? Or are we just here to watch the show?
The only thing I'm gonna need is to know what dear friend Jimenez wants me to find out. So somebody needs to be in my ear feeding me questions to ask Connie.
You get that one, Jimenez?
Yeah, I did. Wouldn't it be better if I just went up there too? Or will we get spooked?
I don't think he'll get spooked, but I know the distance that you want to keep. So
Well, that's a good point.
just trying to
Yeah.
keep up the facade of no contact with Crazy Princess or any of her associates.
That's fair. All right, I'll be here.
Cool. I'm gonna take a seat at the bar. Maybe on the bar. I'm gonna have fun tonight, y'all.
And Jinx?
I'll stick with Trins.
Trins doesn't drink, but she will make a point of going up to the bar and flouncing onto the bar, like literally pulling herself up and sitting on the backwards on the bar.
Sure, he pissed me off, so... Actually... I promised I'd behave.
So the 2 of you will hang out by the bar.
Yep.
Mr. White's going upstairs, and Jimenez is following suit. Right? Cool. So as the party splits on 2 different floors, we are going to go on break. And when we come back, we'll do our little giveaway and discover what's happening at the Forlorn Hope and with Connie. See you soon, everyone. everyone. We are back. So before we go back into the Forlorn Hope for tonight's concert, let's go ahead and begin our giveaway. I would like everyone, if you are interested in winning a Jumpstart kit from Art Alsorian's game, to enter in !purple. So !purple for all of you who would like to win a copy of the PDF of the Jumpstart kit. Not a physical copy, but a digital copy of the Jumpstart kit. So go ahead, in chat, !purple for all of you who wish to enter and participate. Otherwise, let's change the music for a moment as the Black Hawk Downs are setting up. Everyone's applauding. And they actually start playing. We're not gonna listen to the whole concert because this thing's on repeat and it can last for hours. So we're gonna head on up to the second floor where Mr. White sits down in a booth with Konstantin Zhukovsky.
Pardon the delay there.
He pushes a glass of vodka. You notice, by the way, Mr. White, as you came in on the second floor, there's also another bar here. Smaller than the one downstairs, but still.
So, I want to start by thanking you for taking the time to meet with me again, Constantine.
Anytime. Well, not anytime, but yeah, you know what I mean.
So, I heard a rumor that something happened to your entertainment venue. I must be out of the loop. Nobody told me till just like yesterday.
Yeah. I got forced to close.
Well, that's some shit.
It's
Was it like some corp, like WorldSat or some shit?
Don't mention the devil's name too loud.
Well, they just tried to blow up my apartment building, so I'm really not happy with them right now.
Yeah. You'd think they were an innocent entertainment company, but it's fucking as bad as everyone else. Yeah. They forced me to close.
To just close? Because I don't know, the way the rumors are running around, and you know how rumors are. They're full of half-truths and all out lies, but they're saying that like you gave up wrestling altogether, and that just doesn't sound like the Connie I know. You love that sport.
Yeah. Things got complicated. But before we continue this discussion, thank you, Origami Sugarcan. You won the giveaway. If you can DM me either on Twitter or here on Twitch with your email address, I will get you. I will get your information to Talsorian, and they will be able to get you your Jumpstart kit. Going back to the conversation. Yeah, well. They,
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I know you're worried about eyes, and I always am worried about ears. And I reach in my pocket, and I pull out my gem, and I set it on the table, and I flip the switch. This is now a two-person conversation.
The moment that you turned on your jammer, it might just have been a coincidence. But a few tables over, someone does get up and leave, leaving a half-drunk drink on the table.
I will watch him, and because Trins is who she is, I know that she put in a back door for my comm on the frequency that specifically goes to her, and that's the same frequency that goes to Jimenez, because you can never trust her to not put in a back door for herself. So I'm just banking on that and saying, suspicious character headed downstairs. Keep your eyes open.
Cool. What does he look like?
I'll describe him.
Yep. Looks like an average citizen of Night City, dressed in no. In fact, it might be suspicious how generic looking they're dressed. Gray sweater over a black shirt. Minimal cyberwear, though there seems to be a jack on the side of their neck. They are wearing jeans and running shoes, and there's a holster attached to their thigh, but it's empty. There's no pistol in it or anything.
So Trins is sitting on the bar, and she's got Jinx next to her, and she looked to see if this person comes down the stairs.
Yep, they actually come down and head straight out. Like, come down the stairs, turn around, and open the door.
As he's coming down the stairs, she'd elbow Jinx and nod towards him.
I'll look at him, look at her, nod, and take off after him.
Okay. We'll get back to that. Mr. White upstairs.
So please continue with the privacy that we now are afforded.
Yeah. Sorry. Threats. Started with threats. And then
But your
evolved to-
main business is still doing well, right?
Yeah, it's just they know about the main business.
Okay.
So,
Well, I mean, so do the cops, but they can't catch you on anything because they have no evidence.
WorldSat does. After the threats came the blackmail. They know what I've been doing. Like I said, they seem to have eyes everywhere. Fucking entertainment company probably taps in all the cameras around the city. I wouldn't be surprised. So the threats turned into blackmail. I gave in for the first few weeks. Oh, and by the way, this is all happening because I refused to rebrand everything and put this stupid fucking character all over the gym.
Crazy princess.
Yeah, her.
So did they shut him down because of that?
Is that why you shut down?
Yeah. They were going to run me bankrupt anyway.
Like
And, like-
completely bankrupt or just the legitimate side?
The legitimate side. But then they could just go to the NCPD and tell them about all of my activities. They knew drop spots. They knew, like, dead drop locations. they just sent me a list with
Mhm.
all of them. Like, maybe 2 or 3 were like old ones that I didn't use anymore because they became too hot, but they knew. I don't know how they followed me around. I made sure I fucking killed Jimmy over it.
Is there a regret there in the way that you said that, or is it because he actually was involved?
Well, it didn't stop the blackmailing, didn't stop any new information coming in, so yeah, there's regret.
Okay.
Jimmy
It
was
doesn't mean he wasn't involved, though. I'm just saying.
No, I know, but then there was another mole.
Mm-hmm.
Might still be right now. Oh, and get this. After I closed the gym, and after a while, anyway, they sent me this, and he gets his agent out of his pocket and shows you an email, a message that was sent to him, a job offer to work for WorldSat as a gray operative, helping them with some delicate matters. And they offer him a salary of $600 a week, which is not a lot.
So they basically threaten to bankrupt your legitimate business, and they insult you with that.
Yeah, it's like final nail in the coffin type shit.
Wait, how
No.
would they? How would they try to bankrupt his? How did they bankrupt or threaten to bankrupt his promotion? That's what I don't get.
So what angle did they have on the club? Like, how was it that they were running you out of business there? 'Cause
It's the
I feel like
blackmail.
some of this. Oh, so it's just the blackmail piece.
Yeah, it's just I caved in at the beginning. I didn't think it would be that much, but then they got greedier and greedier, and they knew about all of my side stuff. So I don't want to
Gotcha.
fucking live the rest of my life in jail, or dead, or worse.
I understand that. Nobody wants worse. Worse than dead is the worst.
Yeah.
Does he know anything about Club Underground and El Jefe? Is El Jefe dirty too?
Did they? So you were really tied in there with wrestling for a minute. So let's talk about the things that actually make you happy, okay?
Sure.
Club Underground. I keep hearing this name come up. It seems to be, at least like a tier above what you were doing in size, right?
Yeah, they were like, I'm not gonna say main competitors, but there was some competition, even though I was
yeah.
out of their leagues.
Deeper pockets is what it sounds like.
Yeah. But
Run by somebody named like El Jefe or something like that.
Oh yeah, Jefe. Yeah.
So
Met the guy only once, but seemed like he knew what he was doing. Head for business.
does Jefe seem like someone that's gonna end up in league with WorldSat or was already?
I fucking sure hope not. I
Okay.
heard that Princess was moving on to Club Underground anyway. It's look, there are rules in what we do. And I don't mean the side gig. I mean like the legitimate business. There are rules in wrestling. Things you have to honor and respect. And she's just jumping all of the hurdles. She's just breezing through everything because money and has the backing of WorldSat.
Yeah, because her daddy works for it. I get it. But what kind of rules is she breaking?
Did you ever see Crazy Princess in a match?
No, I can't say that it's really the sport I got into. I only kept a cursory level of it because of our relationship, and I wanted to be able to have a conversation with you from time to time. So fill me in. This is your world.
So I dig up I dig up shit on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the vids that you can get of her, they're all from the same match. She only fought once in the ring.
I thought she was at your place and at like 2 or 3 other clubs. What am I missing?
So, WorldSat pays to have certain rumors spread around. This whole thing stinks of, privileged kid wanting to be a star or some shit. And WorldSat's backing her. I don't know if they're backing her actually. It could be just daddy's doing. She did come to my club a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But never actually booked a single actual fight. Sorry, not true. We booked a few, but she never showed up, so we had to do with a replacement.
Did they like just pretend to be her, or did you just have a new fighter?
For my case, I had a new fighter come in.
Oh, I
But
bet
then in the
bookies
news and
hated
everything, guess what happened?
you. It was her.
Yeah, image manipulation.
I bet the bookies hated that too.
I haven't spoken to the bookies.
You know that they
And-
were in on that though.
Probably.
And I know
has
that
deep
that-
pockets.
That wasn't your world, but you don't fuck with people's money.
Well, it seems like when you have enough money to be a megacorp, you can fuck with just about anyone.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, we all end up working for them in one way, shape, or form, no matter if we want to or not.
Yeah. And he points to his agent. He's like, even when they blackmail you out of business.
So I'm guessing that means that you also have to do other business for them. And you don't have to tell me any details.
I didn't answer. I don't want to work for WorldSat. Not after what they've done to me.
No, I was just talking about your other business. Like, they probably just show up and say, hey, move this thing.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No. They gave me this joke offer.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they're gonna want me to move stuff for them. They know what I'm capable of, but they want it to appear legit. They want it to appear, all sanitized and legal, or gray as they call it. Of course it's gonna be the same shit I do every night. It's
but
just
if
this
you're-
time. Yeah.
If you're not on payroll, then they can't say it's on the up and up.
No. They'd probably give me some random title, I don't know. Some like bullshit like sales manager or something like that.
Acquisitions manager is what I would guess, or shipping clerk.
Yeah.
Some nonsense.
But
Okay.
I don't know. This is just, I want to put this whole shit behind me, man.
Well, let me see what I can find out and what I can do for you. Because if I can maybe get you some other avenues that are disconnected from all your other contacts, maybe you can keep part of your business out of their line of sight without having to alert them.
You'd do that for me?
You were good to me in the past. Why wouldn't I?
Figured I'd owe you, though.
if you feel inspired to help me down the road with something that is within your capability, I'm not going to say no. But you know me, I don't operate like that. I'm not going to strong arm you into shit. That's how people end up double crossing you.
You're one of the good ones, White.
I just know people. And if you want people doing things for you the right way, you got to treat them right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you end up having everybody after you. So, anyway, I know a handful of people that have some contacts or some skills that might be able to set up a couple other routes for you, a couple other drops for you that are different enough. I don't know how long they'll last, but they might be able to give you some revenue streams that are not under the eyes of everybody else.
That'd be great.
You can set aside some money as a backup plan that way.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you this much. A dead friend, or worse than dead friend, is really hard to have a drink with.
And then at that, he downs his drink. Says, "You're damn right."
Mr. White will pick up his glass, raise it, and take a drink himself. All right. So, you're telling me that Princess did not actually run any of these fights herself, except for the one footage that they keep using to manipulate the others with.
I don't know if they... It's the one where I know that she was truly there. I am dead certain.
Okay. Did the stand-ins look at all like her? Were you recommended for certain ones?
No, they left me out in the dumps. Last minute, I had to find someone to replace. Luckily, I had a few people that were free. They, that had, prior fights with my wrestlers, so they sort of went through, like, a modified choreography of what they've done before, but... Like, it wasn't a good show.
That had to have been terrible for ticket sales too. I'm really sorry that happened, man. Let me ask you a kind of a related question. I've been hearing some rumors about this new guy, Jimenez or something like that. He fought like Ice Dragon or something a few months back.
Yeah, he's one of Underground. I think he's one of Efe's.
That's what I was hearing, but like, there's not a lot on him out there, so you can't really learn a whole lot. But you still seem to be a little bit connected, at least. Have you heard of him before?
A bit. East Coast guy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Did well on the other coast. And then he showed up here. I figure, I don't know yet. I think he's only been in one major fight, like Ice Dragon.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've heard of. But it seemed like it was a good show.
Well, Ice normally breaks newcomers. It's like a make or break thing, like a hazing.
Yeah, and he took Ice.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't watched a vid yet. I haven't really had my head in wrestling lately.
Makes sense. I will see one of the people one of my neighbors. She's a huge wrestling fan. I'll get you a high quality vid of that fight and have it sent over to you, so that way when you're ready to de-stress and do something fun again, it's there for you.
Sure. At least for once, I'm not gonna watch something that's been faked to all hell by WorldSat.
Yeah, no, not at all. Speaking of which, the latest rumor, and the only reason I bring up this crazy princess stuff is that she's demanding some sort of like cage match, is the rumor, with this new guy.
Really?
And if she isn't doing her own fights and she doesn't even know what she's up to, she might get killed. And not on purpose, but because she's that clumsy.
Oh, no. I should have been clearer on that earlier. It's just been a time, man. If she's gonna fight that new kid, that means WorldSat went and paid FA a shit ton of money to organize this. Everything's gonna have to go her way. Down to the letter. Everything. And he probably will have to sign her on after that. Keep her for as long as it, for as long as it takes for her to move to the next bigger league. If he doesn't, then she'll bail. Everything will be a shit show. And he's gonna be faced with the same shit I was.
So you're saying that Hefe...
Basically, you have to count yourself lucky that you, fall under the gaze of the princess or some shit like that.
Huh.
So everything has to go her way. Everything has to be, You've seen her fight, like the one recorded one. She fucking brought a gun.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of props, but bringing a gun, that's asking for trouble.
So yeah, she does whatever she wants, so long as it makes her look good and all that. Oh, and whoever's fighting her, yeah, their career's over. They're gonna lose the princess, and if they do so much as try to stand up to her for some reason, or even argue with her about the choreography or whatever, I don't know exactly how WorldSat does it. But my guy shat himself. And he came in the next day saying that he was saying yes to whatever she wanted. I stood up for him.
Yeah. I mean, that's strong arm shit, like I said. It gets you double crossed. So what I'm seeing here is... whoever's got the muscle that is, or whoever can flex that dollar amount, if that's actual WorldSat money, and she's not just running up money on daddy's credit card without him knowing, then there's a big player involved. If she's manipulating the situation to be bigger than she is, that's a house of cards that can come tumbling down quickly. You don't happen to know a good hacker, netrunner?
Oh,
maybe someone that has a beef with WorldSat.
Someone with a beef with WorldSat. I'm not sure. I know a few netrunners. I could put you in touch with one.
You've got my agent. Just have them contact me, but make sure that they do so in a way that lets me know this isn't some sort of setup. Not that it'd be coming from you. That's why I trust you. But if someone were to intercept things, make sure that they know how to contact me in a way that they can't be intercepted. Does that make sense?
I mean, meet space at your place.
that works.
Yeah, I'll try to get you someone.
Oh,
Might take me a couple days though.
alright. Yeah, like I said, the more they have against WorldSat, the better. But don't put yourself in trouble for it. It's not worth that much. I can ask some other people too.
Yeah, I'll can't promise anything, but I'll look it up.
Alright, and I'll see what I can find you for some other routes for some vacation money if you need it.
Cool.
Well, I've got a concert to watch.
Yeah,
A friend
I
of
gotta
a
go.
friend really wants me to see things, so I appreciate your time. Don't be a stranger. You know how to find me.
Yeah, I know. It's just, you know, I find you, WorldSat comes running.
It's true. But they already tried to blow up my building with C4.
Yeah.
So I figure they're gonna find me eventually.
Alright, well, in that case, it comforts me to know that I can reach out to you.
Yeah, just don't put yourself in undue trouble. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
All
You
right.
have a good night now, White.
You too. And at that point, Mr. White will get up and shake his hand, grab the jammer off the table, turn it off and stick it in his pocket and head downstairs, looking specifically for Jimenez.
Well, right before you go downstairs, I would like to know what the rest of the group were up to during that time. Who wants to go first?
Trins is starting the concert on the bar, and she's half listening to Mr. White if he calls, half listening for Jimenez if he calls, but she's here for a concert, and even if the music ain't great, she's gonna have fun at it. And she's gonna piss off the bartender because she saw what the jackass did to a friend, and she's like, she's nice and she's polite, but she's gonna be dancing. She's gonna pull a Coyote Ugly and dance on this bar. In her light up chucks with this vintage white flowered swing coat and LED blinged black motorcycle jacket. She kind of stands out. Oh, and her hair is lit up, so there's that too.
Make a performance check
Oh, this is gonna go horribly.
to see just how much you catch people's eyes as you dance around.
Just out of curiosity, do I have any points in performance? What is that?
Performance?
Yeah.
It's under your
play instrument, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry, play instrument.
Okay. This is gonna be bad. That's a 12. That's a strong 12.
It's good for the people that are already inebriated.
Yeah, probably.
Sober people are mostly raising their eyebrows at you.
She doesn't care.
The two bartenders actually try to work around you, because your dancing kind of attracts certain drunken patrons closer to the bar, and they ask for drinks as they look at you dance. Jimenez, are you by the bar? Because I know Jinx left.
No. So, I think I was still by the stage and just
okay.
hanging up there.
The sound is deafening by the stage. You see Trent's dancing on the bar. Sort of little crowd forming around her. The music is okay. It's not particularly great, but for a small garage band, It works well. Was there anything as Konstantin Zhukovsky is leaving the bar? Did you want to do anything?
No. Jimenez was listening to everything, and he just got a lot of information that he was not too fond of hearing. But he's not going to be sulking, but he's sort of going to just be sitting there thinking about how he's going to play the rest of things out, because he's pretty sure that they're not going to be happy with the viral video that he just uploaded of him and his heel moves.
Yep. So you spent most of the time uploading that video to the Night City net.
Yeah. But for added measure, he would probably upload it to a couple of other places and maybe DM some fans and just say, hey, check this out.
Cool. We'll see how well this spreads out. Can you make a reputation roll?
Sure.
The higher you roll, the faster this thing is going to spread out. However, if you roll under a 10, it's not going to have the traction that you were expecting.
How do I do a reputation roll?
It's on your sheet under actions. There's a reputation check. Actually, I should have said under 7.
Oh, I see that.
And did you add your +1?
Oh, I did not put... Compare this to your +1.
Yeah, in this case, I'm not doing a proper reputation check.
Okay.
I just wanted to know, like, with the reputation that you have, how fast are things going to... So it would be a 4, actually, because it would be a D10 + 4, is what I was looking... Oh, a D10 + 1 is what I was looking for. So it's not going to catch as fast as you would have hoped. But at least tonight, you know that the ones you've DM'd did receive the video. It might be a few days before people begin to find this video out of luck, or it might gain some popularity because your fans are going to be talking about it. But for sure tonight, it's, you've thrown it into the void, and we'll see where that goes. Jinx, you left the bar early.
Yep.
You followed the man in the gray sweater. Can you make a stealth roll? You follow the man around. He walks a few blocks and then stops next to a car. And he turns around and looks at you and says, "What the fuck you're following me for?"
I ain't following you. I'm going home.
This is not where you live.
How you know that?
Because I know where you live. And it's not around here.
I don't like people knowing where I live.
Well. And he opens the door to his car as he says, "You should have moved when a WorldSat asked you to move. Now you're just gonna have to live with the consequences."
I don't like threats neither. I'll look at his license plate if he has one.
Yeah.
I'll just memorize it.
Yeah, note down on your sheet that you have the license plate of the guy in the gray sweater. I'll know what you mean by that.
Yeah. And Jinx will just walk backwards. She'll be seeing you. And she'll keep walking, but she won't take her eyes off him until he's in his car.
Yeah, he gets in his car and he starts typing on his agent. You see the glow of the agent illuminating his face. And he stays there for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then the glow fades. and the headlights of the car turn on, and he moves away. The car doesn't make a sound as it drives away. And you notice that it's also not touching the ground. This is a very, very expensive car.
I'll head back to join the others.
All right. As you head back, Mr. White will have finished his conversation with Konstantin Zhukovsky. And the four of you will be reunited in the Forlorn Hope. As Hawk pauses the music to thank everyone for coming tonight. You were great. You're a great crowd. Woo woo, yeah. We have a special song for you tonight. It's a new one. It's about doing good in a shitty world. It's for our next album. Woo woo, yeah. And I wrote it because of someone that had a huge impact on my life. And this is going out to you, Doc. And then it's as if Hawk just swallowed the microphone and it just goes brrr. I will not fuck my throat up, but there's a lot of screaming. It's less punk and more metal. More like black metal. But then over the course of the song, it starts to mellow out and become more punkish. And less just screaming vocals. And you kind of get the sense that this, like how the song is made, that it probably represents like the shittiness, and then it's like one of these songs that you can easily identify like what the songwriter had in mind when they made it. It is not their best song tonight. It is by far not their best song. And even Rico hits a few false notes as he's playing. There's the twang of a guitar at some point, and you can even hear like a shit being muttered on the microphone as he's singing. It's not the best, but the most drunk patrons don't care. Either they don't care about the band at all because they weren't there to see Black Hawk Down, or just they enjoy it because of their the state they're in. Where do the four of you meet up?
Probably around the bar. Because I'll get Trins to stop dancing on the bar. Like, it's cool. Come on. And I'll, like, take her.
You could totally do that too.
Yeah.
As you do so, can you make a perception check?
Both of us?
Yeah, both of you. Actually, if all four of you are by the bar, I would say all four of you can roll.
So, not human perception.
No, actual awareness.
Yeah,
like
there we go.
perception.
Perception. There we go.
8,
Finding things.
13.
13.
Oh.
13. Lots of 13. Oh, wait, 19. Oh, she rolled human perception the first time, and now she sees.
Oh. Yeah, there were no humans. But Jinx, you're the only one to notice it. As you're picking Trins off the bar, you see the distant flash of a camera angled at Trins coming from the bartender.
Over.
And he sees that you've seen, and he fumbles to hide his agent very quickly.
I activate my reflex cyberware after setting Trins down, and I am beside him grabbing his agent and sucker punching him within.
In the blink of an eye, you jump over the bar, hold down his wrist with his agent, slam it on the bar, and punch him in the gut.
Can I just reach over and take the agent?
Yes, you can.
And I'm just like yelling at him, "You fucking pervert! You took pictures of my girl," and I'm just.
Can I? What picture did he take?
Trying to get
Up the skirt?
pictures all night. It is not the first attempt. You can swipe through. There's 20 of them.
God, you're such bad at this. Like, Jinx, these are really bad.
I don't give a shit. He
No,
tried.
I mean, yeah, no, but it's like, God, couldn't even try well.
The bouncer rushes into the bar. And she has her shotgun out. And she's aiming at you, Jinx. And says, "What the fuck is going on? Leave him alone."
I put the bartender in front of me, between me and her. I'm just like, you can shoot him, pervert. There's the proof.
The fuck you're talking about?
He keeps trying to shoot up the skirt and it's not good. Can you see these? These are really bad.
She, quickly grabs the phone, swipes through a few pictures. She's like, "Well, you son of a bitch." And you hear the blast of a shotgun. And Jinx, you are just sprayed in blood as she shoots him in the gut. And she looks at all four of you and she says, "Company policy. We respect our patrons here."
It's a good policy. I like this bar, by the way.
I like her. I'm covered in blood, but yeah.
She looks at you and says, "Yeah, there's showers in the back."
Cool. Oh.
I'm apologize. I'll pay you.
I'm taking this bottle of whiskey as compensation.
Yeah, sure. By the way, everyone stopped whatever they were doing and is just staring at what's just been happening. Where this man got shot point blank in the chest by a 12-gauge slug.
Now the important thing is it a slug or is it pellets?
No, it's a slug. There is a hole where it used to be.
So I was standing so that, I got sprayed, but it didn't hit me.
Yeah, no, there's not enough power in the shotgun that she has in her arm to actually make it go through someone. Well, not clean through anyway. It's the kind of weapon that, you shoot once, it only has one bullet. It's made for, last resort.
I kind of just look at the crowd give them the eye of say something and it's gonna go bad. So it's like, go back to your business.
You notice a few of them have made motions to reach, probably for a hidden weapon. But seeing that it's the bouncer that did that, they calm down and
Mr. White interrupts and starts clapping his hands, going, "Encore! Encore! Encore!"
the people on the stage, Hawk and his band, just look at the spectacle of what just happened. Oh, I had a sound effect for this. God damn. And then they look at each other. And they go 1, 2, 3. And they start playing basically starting their set over and trying to drown out, or at least put some semblance of music in this establishment. As the bouncer comes in, picks up the body of the guy, and drags him, leaving a trail of blood behind the bar as she's heading out to the back.
See,
Trins is gonna keep his agent and keep hold of that.
I can't heal that. That's death. Can't heal death.
Oh yeah, he took like 6d6 to the chest, no armor.
Jack. So, don't have that done to you, because I can't heal that.
I'm not gonna try and take shots up some girl's skirt in a bar. That's stupid.
No, I meant don't take a shotgun slug point blank to the chest.
Also, yeah, that's really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she'd appreciate it if I offered to reset that with spray shells with pellets?
I think she likes the slug for a reason. If you wanted to offer something, you probably
Alright.
want to look into some sort of recoil compensation that'll take some of the stress off of her shoulder,
Ooh, that could be
because her
good.
whole trapezius is kind of tensed when
Yeah.
it fires.
And it doesn't look like the reload really works very well.
So
Some sort of quick reload she'd probably appreciate.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
I don't think she's going to really appreciate any input on her cyberware. Just gauging from your previous conversation with her.
You know, I like to be polite and offer these things to people that are nice to me.
That's very sweet of you, but I don't really want to piss her off.
yeah, no.
She's
I like
unloaded.
her.
She's a pussycat now.
Well, I don't know about that, but I definitely know if I just say, if you ever want to think about it, I'll offer. But that's all I'm gonna do. And she's still looking through the bartender's agent. First, she's looking to see if any of these shitty pics he took, he's sent anywhere.
Nope.
And then she's looking through his contact list, see if there's any names she recognizes.
One of them you would recognize as one of the cops that is at the precinct that you're the 8th precinct, the one that you work at most often.
She'd take that and she'd note that down and put that away and think things through. But she's gonna keep hold of that. She's got waste not wanting that.
Oh, I take it as this is our cue to get out of here. I think we got the info we needed.
Yeah, I got some business I need to take care of.
Okay. You need help?
I don't know yet. Remember when I said watch for people with lots and lots of cyber?
Yeah.
I'll kind of nod to the person on stage with the white hair.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, their hair changes color. It's all LEDs.
Like Trinses.
Yeah, but it is like a wig that they sport over what you've seen Mr. White as, like this like steel cap.
Cool.
They're the drummer, by the way.
The drummer is special.
In a good way or a bad way?
I don't know yet. The last time I saw someone with that much metal, it took heavy artillery from a SWAT team to stop them.
Shit. Alright. So we wait till the concert's over?
I mean, I could probably build an EMP in here, but that would probably piss a bunch of people off.
Yeah.
Why do you even think of these things?
I'm a mechanic.
EMP does not fall under general mechanics.
Yes, it is.
So I like,
It's an electromagnetic pulse. Knowing how not to do that to your car, so you don't blow up the computer
Yeah, but I
system
mean,
in your car, is
it's
important.
funny. It's funny how you just your go-to answer is I'm a mechanic for things that are clearly not.
I like where your head is at. And I'm gonna say I won't say no, but let's just not plan on using it. So or getting kicked out of the bar for repurposing too much of their materials.
Fine.
I mean, you saw how they dealt with people that go against company policy.
There's that.
They finish their short set. Thank everyone for coming. And, remind the crowd that donations are greatly appreciated. I gotta blow my nose 2 seconds.
So, Jimenez, it sounds like your theories might be right.
Well, I was actually hoping she'd be a real wrestler because I had this whole idea of doing a run-in on her next match, even though I wasn't supposed to. But this is going to very much complicate things. Also, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be very happy with the video that I just uploaded to the data pool to promote the match. So,
But because it is in line with classic promotions, as Trins has tried to kind of loop me in on what that looks like, they can either get over it or, I don't know, get over it.
probably. But I don't really feel like it's just a mere coincidence that she shows up after the whole world set thing with our building. So I don't know. I mean, I don't really have too much stock into my job as a pro wrestler. Even if my career is over, I always have my fallback option of working for Waffle House. Or maybe just turn to some sort of male gigolo to rich heiress.
Yeah. How many heiresses really know how to purpose or how to enjoy a German suplex, though?
Well, I mean, I have other suplexes too. But
Oh, fair enough. Again, this whole field is a little new to me.
yeah. Well, it's always ever changing. But I guess we're just going to have to see what happens next because I don't really know what else to do at this point.
I'd wait for the response from the video.
And if that doesn't piss her off, I mean, I definitely took a bunch of pictures and posted them to like everything. So, that'll probably piss a bunch of people off.
Likely.
Guy I followed. He knows me. Probably knows all of us. Knows where we live.
Oh,
Has an
good.
expensive car. Those floaty ones.
But Flowly, how could you give me a little bit more of a description of the very nice new toy?
Not touching the ground.
Okay.
Makes no sound.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's not reverse propulsion.
Did you
Or
get
there.
like a plate number or something?
Yeah, I got it.
Maybe one of your friends, Trins, can tell us who he is.
I could do that. I could definitely do that.
You have the license. I mean, it would be easy enough to search, though depending on what you're looking for, you might have to go into the NCPD station.
Would it be conceivable in the past 6 months for her to have accessed the license plate registration system at some point in the NCPD?
I'd say if you were on site, yes, but this is on a closed network. They don't just like. I mean, you can.
I can just walk in and ask. But
yeah, it depends on what you're looking for, because the DMV still exists, so you can always just check in with the DMV and get the name of who the car belongs to. But if you want to learn more information about that person, such as do they have any warrants out, does the police have anything on them, then you would have to go to the NCPD for that. But if you're just looking for a name,
I was just thinking more along the lines of maybe one of your friends would care that you got some creepy messages from some guy online, and then this car that was out of place kind of showed up a handful of times in the neighborhood, and you just wanted to make sure it wasn't a real stalker.
like you see on Trins's face this moment of severe hesitation, like extreme hesitation at that idea. And it's not that she's ever like seemed hesitant to take advantage of her work with the NCPD before, just that particular scenario seems to put an extreme hesitation for her. And instead she'll come back with, well, why don't I just, nobody stops me from doing anything I want in that place. I'll just walk in and do it myself.
That works too.
And if I happen to ask, I'll just say that I saw the car. It was really kind of awkward and not in the place that it should have been. And you know me, I was always curious about the vehicle. Nobody's going to question me if I start talking about a flying levitated car with a silent engine. Do you know how much effort must have gone into that to make the entire system not make a sound?
I can imagine.
Just imagine dissecting it to figure out how it works.
I can do so much with that. Ooh. And yeah, so that's, she's like, I'll go into mine, take care of the system. It'll be fine. Nobody will stop me. But if we want a name, and she'll pull out the bartender's agent and use that to do just a basic general data search.
you have to wipe a bit of the blood that's on it. But
She'll like grab one of the bar rags and use that.
you get connected to the DMV's database, and easily enough, there's a search feature for, when you want to buy a car or something and you're looking for who the owner is and whatnot, and you get a name. Mulholland Steel. Mulland. Steel like the metal.
Any relation to Remington?
In the sense that they're probably both killers? Maybe. But he is not Pierce Brosnan. He did not look at all like Pierce Brosnan. But yes, Mulholland Steel is their name.
Wow. Anybody else familiar with this dude? Because they ain't got a name for me.
I'm going to quickly send a message from my agent to Constantine and tell him that there was a creepy dude in the bar by the name of Mullen Steel. And he should watch his back, because I have no idea who he was there for.
You get a message back. Garbled letters. And then SOS.
Something happened to Connie
Already?
already.
I knew I should have brought my gun.
Why didn't you bring the gun?
We need to move quick.
Alright.
You able to find where he is?
I give Trins the number and say, can you triangulate?
I can try. I mean, it's not my usual, but sure, it's all just data. I mean, it's not like I'm doing data. It's
You're not hacking anything. Just make the machine do what it needs to do.
I can try and make the machine do what you want it to do. Yes.
That would be an interface roll.
Interface.
Yep.
Oh.
You need to interface with the machine.
This is going to be poor. That is very poor. It
Oof.
doesn't work at all.
No, you try as you might. You cannot do so from. You don't have the skills to do it from an agent.
No, she does hardware, not software.
And software last minute like that is with whatever. I should have actually given you a penalty of unfamiliar equipment, but I forgot.
So, but -5 isn't low enough for you.
Yeah, there should have it should have been even worse. But yeah, no, you unfortunately cannot do it. And as you're furiously typing on the bartender's phone, trying to triangulate, or on Mr. White's phone, trying to triangulate the position of that SOS call from Constantine, Hawk approaches the bar now that the set is done. And he looks at you, Mr. White, and says, "Hey, Doc, do you have a second?"
Yeah, I got a second. Trins, do me a huge favor.
Huh?
Call your friends. Give them this number. Tell them that the person is in distress, possibly kidnap situation, could need medical attention.
Cool. I'll just step over here, and she'll like kind of step to a quieter section of the bar and call NCPD.
As you're doing that, Hawk looks at you, Mr. White, and says, "Shit, Doc, you're always on the clock, aren't you?"
The city that never sleeps means that I never get to sleep.
Yeah, well, I don't get to sleep much either these nights.
You okay?
No. I think they've implanted something in me during the surgery. I keep
Now
having
that-
the same recurring dream.
Okay. Tell me about this dream.
Wherever I am, I end up getting up from my bed and looking out the window, and there's someone looking inside from across the street. And you know what the weird part is? Is I film myself. Cause I don't know, I thought maybe I'd be trashing in my sleep or something, and I've been sleepwalking and doing the exact same thing. Just getting up, looking out the window.
Did you try filming out the window?
Yeah, there was no one.
Okay. Just wondering if it feels like a dream, but it's actually happening, because that can happen, and we disassociate mentally from it.
I don't know half the words you just said, Doc.
What I'm saying is that it could have been real and not a dream, which is why I'm glad that you filmed out the window to make sure it was just a dream.
Yeah. Yeah, I had one place. It's just, and he looks at his arm, and then rubs the back of his neck, and he's like, "The arm isn't the only thing I've had wired in after the accident. So I don't know which piece is fucking up with my brain, but I was hoping you could take a look at it.
You got time right now?
Shit. Are you gonna, like, open me up or something?
We can head back to my place. I've got limited equipment, but enough to do some scans. And I know a very talented, let's say, machine enthusiast that can help make sure there isn't anything extra connected. Now, if it's software and not hardware, that's going to have to be another specialist, but we can at least rule that out tonight.
Shit, yeah. Let's go. If I have, like, even the faintest chance of getting these things to stop, because it's fucking scary.
I can imagine. Let's roll. We're just on the block.
You make your way out. Trins, you call the NCPD. Let them know. The dispatcher, actually recognizing you, tells you that this matches a call that they received a few minutes ago. No sound, but same number. They've already sent patrol cars.
Thanks, appreciate it. You know, hopefully you get in there in time and it doesn't have a dead body. Or if you do find a dead body, you find who else did it. Have a good night. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, and don't have broken any more my cars. Bye.
I know Mr. White is gonna head back home. I wanna know, is everyone gonna head back home?
Yep. Because I'm covered in blood.
Yes.
The bouncer hasn't come back. And as you make your way back to the apartment, that is where we're gonna stop today's game. We're gonna pick back up in 2 weeks as the group gets to the apartment, looks up Hawk, and deal with the fallout of everything that they've learned tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's session. And let's do outros. Let's start with the opposite order that we began. So we'll go with Trins first.
Oh, hey, y'all. You know me. I'm at Dirgedomin on Twitter, or Praxagorth as Mayforia, as you see me hanging out in the Twitch chat. And, oh, God, I love this game. I love all of this. I love all of the intrigue. I love everything that's going on. I can't wait. I'm loving all of this and having so much fun. But as for me, you can find me back here on Tuesday for some dark matter and interesting things that are happening. We're plotting to overthrow a government and putting the lost heir on the throne, whether he likes it or not.
There was talk of breeding the lost heir with other NPCs, but
Hashtag noble life, deal with it.
I thought that was called arranged marriages.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
No, there was talk about in vitro. Anyway, next up is Mr. White.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for all of the wonderful banter in chat. You guys help make this game enjoyable for us as well. I am Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. Here on Wandering DM on Fridays, I play Dr. Frost, aka Mr. White. Will also be able to see me next month on a new show that'll be launching on Wednesdays. More details to come out soon about that as well. So look for that on the Wandering DM Twitter as well as mine. And we will be having some fun guests during that.
I'm actually hoping to guest at some point.
fill out my form.
Yes, I should. No preferential treatment. Um. Next up is Jinx.
Hey, I'm Rin. Um, so you can find me here on Cyberpunk and maybe eventually on other games. Otherwise, it's at Heaven's Night on Twitter or Burns Through the Rain in chat on Twitch. And yeah, I really love this game. I want to keep playing despite the time. So I can't wait to have more. And chat is awesome. So
And last but certainly not least amongst our players tonight is Imenez.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. You can also find a schedule with links to all the channels that I will be appearing on at aninogaming.com. Had a great time tonight. Lots of intrigue going on. So looking forward to see what the fallout is and how the cast deals with it.
Thank you, and I am Simon at Wandering DM. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for to all of you who hung out in chat. Thank you for the follows, the subscriptions, the donations. Thank you to everyone watching the VOD on YouTube. It's always greatly appreciated. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Magen Press, Found Familiar, Art Alsorian Games for making this great game that we're playing together on Friday nights. What else? Thank you to Dice Envy. Thank you to all my players for showing up every 2 weeks and playing this game with all of us. Congratulations to Origami Shuriken for winning our giveaway. Again, I'll remind you to send me a DM either on Twitter, my handle is right here, or in Twitch, and I will get your information to Talsorian. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. And otherwise, on the channel tomorrow, as we are playing the last part of our Aliens game with DM Ivan Van Norman at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested in Aliens, it's Aliens RPG, The Chariot of the Gods. Bye-bye, everyone.
To me, you're